So today's session, Gene, we're spending 3 hours together. We're talking about how to build an organization to 500. Maybe just tell us a little bit your vision, what you saw in the business, and then get into some training, some techniques about what you did in the beginning days to get to 500 and what these guys should do if that's what they're chasing.
The way I do these, because I've taught a lot of these across the nation for our people, I want you guys to write down the biggest stumbling block you have. Just write it down right now. And what I'll do is I'll just give you about 5 minutes of stuff, 5-10 minutes maybe. But I really want you guys to ask me what's keeping you from doing the actions. Because quite honestly, if I spend my time helping you work through those, I've been, just to give you some background, I've been recruiting real estate agents since 1989. Most of you weren't born. I can see the pictures.
That's right.
1989 is when I started recruiting real estate agents. Yeah. So what I want to tell you guys, this is 31 years of trial and error and the right way and the wrong way. I mean, I've done it both ways. I've done it so wrong for a long time. And I will tell you this from the start, a lot of you work with buyers when you first get into real estate. I know I did. It was easier to work with buyers. I could pick them up at open houses. And then I got into listings. And then I went, oh, wait, now with listings, I got to do a market. I better get my presentation down. I better get my questions to ask down, right? So I always relate, to me, recruiting real estate agents to listings more than buyers, because you've got to be a little bit more prepared to ask questions. I'm going to start with this one thing that you guys have heard me say before. If you've ever heard me talk, there's only one thing that separates the good ones from the bad ones on recruiting agents. Number one, it's all about them. Write it down. It's just all about them. This has nothing to do with you. Sorry. Has really nothing to do with why you came to EXP. Just so you know, they really don't care. It's all about them. And once you understand that, and it took me a long time, Tom, to work through, I used to get in presentation mode way too early. So you guys have heard me, it's called TMAY, T-M-A-Y. Tell me about yourself. Then I shut up. Do you understand? I start every single conversation. Now, Tom has hooked me up with some three-way calls. I've done three-way calls with a lot of you. And a lot of you send me all the information about the person. Let's say it's Rio. And you send me the bio on Rio and everything. You know, Rio's just unbelievable. Read up about her before we get on the phone with her. Guess what I do? I don't read anything. Sorry. You know why? Rio, tell me about yourself. I say it every single time. I want to hear it from her. I don't want to hear it from a bio that I read on a little thing. I don't want to hear it about from a website. I want to hear their speech. I want to see who they are. If they start talking about their family, if they start talking, I mean, guys, I can learn so much by shutting up. This is a good one. My wife says I have to say, be quiet. In the South, we say, be quiet. In the Northeast, where Tom's from, shut up. Seriously, you guys talk way too much. You're thinking in the back of your mind, ooh, I can't wait, I can't wait. I can't wait to tell them about the stock or and realistically, what you want to do is go into every single encounter with caring about that person and just wanting to get to know them that day. That's it. I go away from interviews all day long going, I don't really care if they come or they don't come. You know why? Because it's all about them anyway. I can never force anybody to come. Guys, I've never been able to do it. Ever, ever, ever. And everybody goes, well, how do you get them to come really quick? I said, well, I don't. What do you mean? It's when I'm going to give you this example. I wrote down the other day, Tom, the 10 agents. This is when I started 5.5 years ago. Started from scratch in Texas. There's no agents in Texas. I wrote down my 10 closest friends at Keller Williams after 21 years. Team leaders, regional directors, owners of offices, best friends, top agents, 10. Tom, guess how many came when I talked to them?
0. Yeah.
0. Now, let me tell you, I thought for sure 1 would get it. I thought for sure 2 would get it. I even told my 2 best friends at that time, which are still 2 of my best friends, Glenn Sanford and Jason Gessing. I said, oh, you don't understand. I got these people. We're going to get a couple. And they believed in me, right? Oh, like a dummy. I said, you know, a couple of these people are going to join. They're phenomenal. 0. 0 for 10.
How'd that make you feel, Gene?
Well, here's the thing. First of all, I didn't want to tell Jason and Glenn, but I had to. I said, guys, nobody likes our model. No, I'm just kidding. So
nobody likes our model. That's
nobody likes it. So, but here's what I'm going to tell you. Of the 10, 8 are with us now.
That's right. That's right.
5.5 years later, 8 of the 10 are with us now.
That's awesome.
What's that tell you? I keep them on my list. I stay in touch. They will come when they want to. Here's the other thing. They will listen to you when they want to listen to you. Period. You're going to think, boy, I gave a great presentation, man. That was awesome. Do you know how many times I talk to agents? They say, Gene, 4 people have told me about EXP. I said, how's it going? They go, I never listened. I'm ready to listen now. They will fake it, guys. You will do presentations and think, oh man, that was awesome. I got to cry. And they're even nodding on the Zoom. But if they are not ready to listen, I call it my gate of change. Tom has heard me tell this. It's from the Stephen Covey books. Once I read Stephen Covey's 7 Habits of whatever that doggone book.
7 Habits of Effective People, yep.
It's way too thick.
That's right.
Don't read the book, just write this down. There's a gate of change with everybody. And this gate of change, no matter of persuasion, presentations, slick slides, great presentations, great Zoom calls, great power walks, whatever you want to call it in our cloud, no amount can cause that person to change except where? From the inside. We all have to change from the inside out, not the outside in. Once I read that, I had that quote in front of me for 4 years. Because again, let me go back. I would go back to my best friends were at Coldwell Banker or Remax. I go, why aren't they coming to Keller Williams? This is back in the KW days. Why aren't they coming? Gosh, I can't. Well, guess what? Their gate was not open. And once the gate is open to listening, to understanding the model, that's when I present. It took me years to get this. Because I hear it from you guys all the time. Gene, you don't understand, man. I don't understand. They're paying $80,000 to Coldwell Banker a year. Why don't they come here? Do they not get it?
So,
right?
So what are you saying to stay in touch with them when you sense that their gate of change is not open, Gene?
I am so good at it now after 31 years. I can tell if their gate's open or not. I can actually talk to people, and it's almost like trying to list their home, Tommy.
Yeah.
And they're not ready to list their home.
Got it.
They're really not ready to list their home. You know, some people call you and go, I'm putting my home on the market in March. Let's get ready. You go, okay, good. I'm going to come over. We're going to stage it. We're going to paint it. We'll get it ready. But some really aren't ready to list their home.
Right.
It's the same thing with attracting real estate agents. I'm trying to relate it to you guys because, guys, you list homes all day long. You can list real estate agents. What I do is I text. I'm a big texter, as you guys know. Well, if you don't know, you haven't dealt with me. If you email me, I'll never get it. Just so you know, email me today. I'll get it like 3 years from now. Email is snail mail. I don't want to email anybody ever again in my life. Why? It's old news. It's old news. Text me, I respond back the same day. So I text them, Tommy, just thinking about you, my friend. How things going? I want you to do texts that they know it's you.
Yeah.
You got to be real. You just be real. I mean, hey, Chris, how you doing? Hey, Judy, just thinking about you today. Hey, Dan, you know what? I just saw the Dallas Cowboys lost again, man. Are you doing okay? You know, I make it personal. I just check in. I don't say, hey, Michelle, hey, have you noticed that I'm making a lot of money in rev share and you aren't? No, I don't. You know, guys, here's the thing. Recruiting real estate agents, I swear to God. Now, I'm going to tell you this because it's going to throw you back. It's harder than anything you'll ever do again. You know why? Because they're getting divorced from their company. You're asking them to marry you and leave everybody. I was at Keller Williams 21 years. Every single friend I had was at Keller Williams. 21 years of relationships. Do you understand? It has to be really big for me to move. By the way, I was happy. I was unattainable. Right? And by the way, none of you guys called me. What I'm saying is 5.5 years ago, there was only 400 of us. Actually, when I got called, there were only 300 at EXP. But Dave Gagnon, good friend of mine, Dave Gagnon, said, Gene, I didn't call you. Why didn't I call you? I said, I don't know, Dave. Why didn't you call me? I was ready to listen. My gate was open. And just so you know, my gate was open. When I talked to Glenn the first time, my gate was open. 6 months earlier, my gate was shut. Literally 6 months earlier, I had a guy call me and wanted me to run a national company, literally take it national. And he says, Gene, I'm calling you first. I said, dude, I'm not even going to meet with you. He goes, why? And I said, I own 6 Keller Williams and I own 6 franchises in a region. Gate shut. Let's don't even talk. I was just flat out with him. Let's just don't even meet and waste a lunch. Guess what? 6 months later, boop. I'm retired. I no longer have a job. I was looking, right? Does that help you guys?
But what does that mean, Gene? So if you are just connecting with them and just saying, how are you? At what,
Sure.
Maybe after 2 years or whatever, you sense some frustration with the current broker, and then you say, well, would you be interested or open-minded for me to share something with you? How do you?
They will call you. They will call you. They will call you. I guarantee you when they will start calling you. Now you gotta stay in touch. I stay in touch. Now a lot of people go, how often do you stay in touch? I don't know, as often as you want. I don't know about you, but I get inundated all the time. People don't get worried about how much you touch them. As long as you're not being pushy and going, why in the heck, not unless you're insulting them. Right? People don't care as long as it's good stuff. So you're just pinging them. When they are ready, that's when they ping me back and go, hey, let's talk.
But how do they know that you have something to offer if you haven't suggested it yet?
Oh, they know I'm at EXP. In other words, you guys, they know why you're pinging them. They know you're pinging them because at some point, they know why you're pinging them. Even though I'm going, hey, Lisa, how you doing? They know what's going on. The problem is they might be pinging you. They might try to get you to come over to RE/MAX. They're pinging you all the time. Okay, let's ping each other. Ping, 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 ping. It's not, here's the thing, guys. Write this down. People follow people. They don't follow models. Now, Glenn Sanford and Jason will tell you they follow models. When I say that, they really don't, because I followed Jason and Glenn. I literally followed those guys here. I told them, I said, if it wasn't for you two, I'm not here. I believe in you. I have to believe in people first before the model. Period. End of story. People follow. Why do you think we're growing so fast? Is in the first time in the history of real estate, we've allowed Chris and Lee and Tracy and Philip and everybody's going out going, hey, I got a chance at this owner's money. Brian's got a chance at first time. Nobody's done it. So guess what? You were the 30 people doing it in Tom's organization. We don't have 500 people on this call. We have 30. So you're the 30 that are going to get all the money. That's okay. What I'm saying is we didn't have that at the other companies. We're growing because people will follow you. You are the reason people will come. Not me. They don't know me. They know I'm good looking in person, but they don't know me on Zooms. On Zooms, I'm just a head. You know, it's just, you know, it's kind of like a a weird looking deal here, man. Like, I still have hair though. Me and Tommy Tron, we still got hair.
We still got hair. That's right.
We still got hair. Here's what I want you to do. Be yourself, be personable, be persistent. I'm going to give you the 4 qualities that you need. If you haven't seen me teach before. It's called
Rio,
PAPA.
can you write all this down for us, please, Rio?
Yep.
Go ahead.
It's called PAPA. It's called PAPA, Rio. P-A-P-A. The first P is for persistence. Let's do the PAPA thing. P is for persistence. You can read all the sales books on earth. If you're not persistent, you don't win anything. Right? We all know that. What's persistence? You're never going to give up. I called 10 people. I thought for sure one would make it. Guess what? Didn't stop me. Me and Elizabeth Riley and my daughter Nicole, we went, shoot, let's just call more people. We recruited 20 agents the first 30 days, 10 the next 30 days. Within 2 months, we had 30 agents in Texas. We're on our way. Guess what? Didn't stop me at all. Did not stop me at all. Persistence is my name of the game. Number 2, the A is for action. Action is everything. What I want you to write down is action is everything. You need a plan of action. If you don't have a plan, you don't have one. And everybody goes, well, what should I do? I don't know. Make your plan. Some people do it by the internet. Some people do it, you know, there's so many ways to attract agents, but you need a plan that you can do. And number 1 will give you energy. Just so you know, I have no problem calling people. I think calling is the very best thing. And a lot of people go, oh, well, I don't really want to call. Nobody picks up the phone. They do if you call. My number 1 way is to call. My number 2 way is to text. All the social media stuff is happenstance with me because I want immediate response. If I text you today, Chris, are you going to respond back? Say yes or no. Just nod your head. Yeah. Chris Warner.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. If I text any of you all today and say this, can you help me? Michelle, can you help me? I've got a problem in real estate. Michelle's going to text back, what do you need, Gene? It's really weird. I've stumbled upon this unbelievable model, and I'm seeing if I can run it by you to see if you poke holes in it, because man, I'm bringing this to Philadelphia. And it's just crazy. I want you to take a look at it for me. Could you help me do that? Now, I like help scripts. If I call any of you today and tell you, can you help me? It doesn't matter what comes after that. Do you guys know this? It's real. If I called Tommy tonight and I said, can you help me? And Tom's going to go, what do you need, Gene? Instantly, his trigger goes, yes, what do you need? And I said, man, I need you to call this person for me. He'll go, sure, man. Because everybody wants to help. It's an instinct. So P is for persistence, A is for action. By the way, whoever takes the most action wins the game. That's why Rob Flick wins the game, Scott Lewis, Tom Trong, all the ones I talk to, all my buddies, we are all the same people. Brent Gove, we talk to each other all the time. We go, I don't understand. Everybody thinks we're special. We're not special. What happens is we just called more people, and I met more people. And I'm so persistent, it didn't stop me when I was 0 for 10. So persistence, A is for action. The next P is patience. This is the hardest one for every single person on this call. You mean I'm 0 for 10? I'm giving up. I'm 0 for 10. I guess I'm just not a good recruiter, attractor. I can't do it. See, I knew I couldn't do it. And now all the negative, in fact, all my relatives said I couldn't do it. Everybody that I talk to says I can't do it. You're listening to all the people that tell you you can't do it, and all of a sudden, you're correct. Guys, it is hard. I've waited years for some of my top people. Years. And I will wait years longer. I got 2 of the 10 that still aren't with me. I still ping them. And the last A is ask for help. I don't know what it is with our society now that we have Google and we have these things. You know, who won the World Series in 1976? You know, It's just, everything's instant. Everything's instant nowadays. You guys need to ask for help. Here's who I want you to ask for help from, the people on this call. We're all in this together. I recognize Tracy. I recognize Debbie. I know you guys. You guys need to ask each other, hey, I need some help. I need a help on a three-way call. Right? This is what I love Mohammed saying this, Omar, staying in touch with leads. You know, in other words, guys, it's just like listing. You go, well, I can't get listings. Well, you're not talking to enough people that might want to sell their home, because 1 out of 10 are going to sell their home, right? Eventually this year, you know, it's a numbers game on listings. That's why every top listing agent does what? They farm an area. They farm an area. All the top listers I've coached farm an area because the homes don't move, except in East Texas and some places in Louisiana, if you guys know from there. So here's what I want to tell you guys. I am excited. I've talked way too much. I want you guys to ask questions. If you consider Papa, just all the top people go, I got a list. I wrote a list down. I don't have a CRM. I have a list of people. Here's the key to it. By the way, I was the #1 recruiter, just in case you think it's goofy. I was the #1 recruiter 6 out of my last 9 years at Keller Williams. The only reason I tell you that is people used to come and shadow me and say, show me your CRM. And I take out my notebook. And I carry my notebook with me everywhere. And then I went to see Brent Gove in California after doing this for 1.5 years. And Gene goes, here, look at my notebook, Gene. I got all my names written down. These are the people that are going to come. And I said, really? And he goes, yeah, they're coming, man. I see them. I see Tom Trong's name. I see, you know, it's really visual to me. I write their names down, and then next month I write their names down again. It is really weird, but you write their name down and eventually they're coming. There's something about that. You leave them on some spreadsheet somewhere on your computer. The last 2 years I was #1 at Keller Williams and recruiting people. 365 days I carried my notebook with me every single place I went. Everybody goes, what do you mean? I said, no, I just decided I'm going to be focused. I'm going to. Did the same thing here. It's no different to me. I just brought my same skill set. By the way, I'm getting better.